Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the premium Bandai release for the Digitizer and BattleRaizer, the Mega Reel Edition. Now, to be fair, I've never seen Megaranger, so I don't know if Mega Reel means something in that show, but it just kind of makes me laugh. It's like, this isn't the fake version, guys. This isn't a knockoff. This is the Mega Reel Edition. So, have a really nice picture of the Mega Red helmet here. I like that quite a bit. Over here on this side, you can see that you have a group shot of the main 5 Megarangers. Very, very cool. Kind of a cool blueprinty type drawing here of the Digitizer and the BattleRaizer. So I appreciate that. Not too much going on the bottom there. If we go ahead and slide this off, it's a sleeve. You can see that there's another box inside. And I'm to understand that this is the organization that I guess the Megarangers are a part of. Again, I have not seen the show. And then if you open this up, it's just a box with a tray for you to put all the individual pieces in. There's the Digitizer, the BattleRaizer, and then there's kind of a plastic stand. Of course, we'll take a look at all that in a moment. There's an extra black strap included. I don't know why. They just give you 2. So there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together. Very neat box, but let's go ahead and we will start with the Digitizer. Alright, so here is the Digitizer. Looking very sharp, a little bit of gold chrome there on the top, very nice. On and off switch, you have some LEDs here, speaker, and a microphone. It does have some voice commands, we'll get to a little bit later on. Hit this button for that to flip open. Got your buttons here, got a little bit of a cheat sheet for a couple of the main commands, and they kind of have little pictures there. Obviously, that's to change, to call the kind of flying surfboards things. The mega ship, there's a game and some other stuff, so that's pretty cool. Really nice strap. Got Velcro, it just slides right through. If you want to take it off, you can go ahead. Obviously, you have to put it on, it comes with it, not attached. But you just slide it through very simply. And you can see that there's a little bit wider on the on this section. That's so it can't pull through any farther. So you just kind of feed it through from both sides. And I mean, on my adult wrist, it kind of fits. It's not amazing, but it's decent. And it doesn't hurt. It feels pretty good. Now, obviously, I have this on the wrong arm, but my watch is on the other arm. So, whoops, now I'm knocking stuff over. All right, so I feel like they do a pretty good job with the straps. So that's nice. All right, we'll go ahead and turn it on. So you can see 2 of the LEDs lit up. Now, if you let this sit for about 10 seconds, it will make a sound like they're trying to contact you, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for a second or 2. There we go. So you just hit the button to open it. So that's cool. I think that's really neat. Now, the button on the back here, you hold this down, and I'll see if I can get this to work. The lights will light up, and then you have to... So I'm going to try and say, Kenta. Osan. What? That actually worked on the first try. I can't believe it. So that's really cool. So there's a couple of names you can shout in there, and then they'll kind of respond to you, which is pretty neat. So I think that's really cool. I turned it off so I could reset it here. Go ahead, turn this on again. Now you'll notice if you just hit the buttons right away, you get kind of like that's an incorrect command. So you can see it doesn't do the change because what you do is you have to hold this down and change it into the right mode. And it doesn't really tell you like when it's worked. Like you just hold it down until the lights stay on for a little bit. I wish there was like a chime or something that would let you know, but... So see, I still didn't even really do it. See if we can get this. It always takes me 1 or 2 times. I'm not really sure why. Alright, so I think I figured it out. I think I was doing it wrong. Turn it on, flip it open, hit the button 1 time, and now do it. So there you go. There is the transformation jingle, which is very cool. I'm going to go through, like I said, there's a couple on here, but the instructions come with a whole code list, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to run down these.
7, 3, 0.
So this is apparently the opening to Megaranger. I don't want to get copyright claimed, but there you go. That's the opening song. This is the ending.
7, I.
So there you go. This also just kind of like a generic sound button. It doesn't really do anything except make that kind of cancellation sound. 1. So it's kind of a chime. Next we're going to do, you can see 259 calls the surfboards.
2, I, 9. 7, 6, 1.
Little siren there.
1, 0.
Also, I think it's funny that the 8 kind of sounds like he's saying X. I don't really know why.
I, 4, 1.
So that says Galaxy Mega.
0, 3, 1.
And that one's for the Mega Voyager. And for the last two, I should stipulate, obviously it doesn't say those phrases. It's the sound they make when they call those vehicles. So next up, there's actually a little game you can play. You can see here 912. If we go ahead and put that in, it's going to start a game.
9, 1, 2. 9, 6, 3, 0. 7, 4, 1. 8. I, 2, 9, 6, 3, 0. 7, 4, 1. 8. I, 2, 8. I, 2, 9, 6, 3,
Okay, so see if you get one wrong.
7, 2, 4.
Okay, so there it tells me my record is, or that was 2-4. I got 24 in a row. So you can see as you get one wrong, one of these lights will go away. So that's how many times you get to mess up. Otherwise, it's just constantly pressing the buttons. It does get a little boring after a while. I think there is a maximum that you can top out at where it'll just kind of say, like, you won. I don't know exactly what that number is. I'm not going to sit here and do it like 50 times in a row because I'm sure it's just as boring to watch as it is to continually do it. But I think that's neat. They kind of put a little game in there like that. So that's kind of cool. This is really satisfying. I just kind of like flipping that open and on. Flip it, close, flip it open. I don't know. Anyway, there's also like a million phrases in this thing. If you do 001, 002, 003, it's like 3 banks of phrases. So I'm gonna start with 001, and then you just, after you hit it the first time, you just keep hitting the button to go cycle through all the phrases, and then once you exhaust all those, you do 002, cycle through all them, and so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and get this started here. So under 001, there are 52 phrases.
0, 1. 伊達健太だ。もしかしてこれでメガレンジャーに変身できるのか？面白そうだよな。それがお前の夢ってやつか。しょうがねえ。来るな。ここはあいつの夢が詰まったところだ。人の夢をぶっ壊そうとするやつは許さねえ。は にしてほしかった。歪んでを倒して責任を取りたかったんだ。俺が戦わなければあの子たちを守る奴はいないんだ。てめえら子供たちを巻き込むなんて最低だ。許さない。この勝利は俺たちの手柄じゃねえ。ギャラクシーメガの中の全員で掴んだ勝利だ。見てろシュン、これが俺たちのもう一つの青春だぜ。インソールメガレンジャー、勘違いするんじゃねえ。力を合わせるってのはな、心と心をつなげることなんだよ。やるしかないだろう。心配すんなって。俺たちは連戦連勝のメガレンジャーだぜ。ショゴ、お前のギャラクシーメガネギレールのやつをぶっ飛ばしてやっからな。ずいぶん俺たちのギャラクシーメガを可愛がってくれたな。でもクラスの仲間だってやられてるんだぜ。嫉妬なんてしてられっかよ。バカ。命を大切にしてくれ。高校生のお前たちを戦いに巻き込んでしまったことを後悔させないでくれ。すまねえおっさん。約束を破っちまった上に俺たちのボロ負けだ。そうだ、ネジレンジャーの奴らにこんなでっかい借りを作っちまったんだ。これはもう俺たちの戦いだぜ。やろう。最後まで戦い抜こう。それが俺たちメガレンジャーだ。お前ら頭いいくせにバカだな。やってらんねえよ。メガレンジャーなんてならなきゃよかったんだ。俺たちちょっと見失っちまってたんだ。絶対倒さなきゃいけない敵、あいつらネジレジアをな。ドクターヒネラ、俺たちは絶対にお前を倒す。お待たせしました。みんなありがとう。みんなが応援してくれたから俺たちは勝てたんだ。京介さん、ピコット、俺たちに新しい力を、戦うための力をくれ。結局俺たち卒業写真の撮影には間に合わなかったけど、まあいっか。だってそれは俺たちのもう一つの青春の印だもんな。やっと俺たちんとこに来たな、宇宙海賊。待ってたよ。俺がメガレンジャーのメガレットだった伊達健太だ。歪んで絞れな。お前は俺が倒す。ヒレール絶対に許さねえ。ネジレンジャー、お前の相手は俺だ。小一郎、シュン、千里、ミク、優作さん、みんな行くぜ。インストールメガレンジャー。メガネット電磁戦隊メガレンジャー。久保田のおっさん、ショーゴ、電磁合体。完成。ギャラクシーメガブースターライフル。ゲームオーバーだ。メガフライングカッター。銀河合体。完成。メガボイジャー。ボイジャースパルタン。完成。ウィングメガボイジャー。ウィンガースパルタン。
So I think that's all of them.
もしかしてこれでメガレンジャーに変身できるのか。面白そうだよな。
Yeah, I think that takes me back around to the beginning. So if we go ahead and hit 002,
メガシルバー。
so now there's about 10 phrases for this.
じゃあ一つだけ確かなことを言っとくよ。何が起こっても君たちメガレンジャーは何も心配することはない。メガレンジャー言っといたろ。何が起こっても何も心配 することはないってな。よーし、待ってろよメガレンジャー。心配ご無用。メガシルバーは君たちのピンチに必ず駆けつける。 SOS コール待ってるぜ。ちょっとあんた、あんまり大きく出ない方がいいんじゃないの？確かにこの間は助けてもらったかもしんないけどさ、戦いのキャリア、要は実力。メガレンジャー、奴らの計画をぶっ潰してくる。後で助けてやるから待ってろよ。俺がただ飛ぶだけのメガを作ると思うか？ボイジャーマシンは合体してメガボイジャーになるんだよ。お前さんのは特別仕様だ。ゲーマーだろ？しっかり操縦しろよ。メガレット、コマンド入力、左、上、下、右だ。技の名前は一撃必殺、ボイジャースパルタン。よし、自信はいくら持っててもいいさ。その代わり、俺にも手伝わして。な。俺はいつも真剣だ。メガレンジャーの切り札だぞ、俺は。気持ちはわかるけど、こんなの罠に決まってんだろう。メガレンジャーなら少しは頭使わないとな。いいか、こうなったのは学校にいる仲間のせいじゃないはずだ。よーく考えてみろ。みんなをそうさせたのは誰かってことをな。そして本当に大切なものは何か、なくしてはならないものは何かってことを。
Alright, so that should be it for that. We'll go ahead.
私だ。だって健太君だね。君はメガレンジャーに選ばれた。メガレンジャー候補として訓練を受けてもらいたい。メガレンジャーはゲームではない。異次元の侵略から地球を守る現実の戦士たちの名前だ。諸君、その後変わったことはないか？調査の結果、ネジレジアの目的が判明した。奴らの目的はこの世を混乱と破壊に陥れること。とにかくメガレンジャーは5人揃って初めて大きな力を発揮できるんだ。5人の力を合わせて頑張ってくれ。みんなよく健太を迷いから救ってくれた。すまん、鮫島。俺はあの時お前を救ってやることができなかった。人生はゲームのようでゲームではない。みんな、林道湖付近でねじれ反応だ。急行してくれ。修学旅行中すまないが、調査しないわけにはいかないだろう。いや、人間は不完全だが、心を持った。正義の心を持ったメガレンジャーは、そう簡単に負けはしない。たくな、私まで騙すことはないだろう。ネジシルバーが現れた時は寿命が縮んだぞ。私がどれだけ心配してるか、お前たちは分かっとらん。脱出するんだメガレンジャー。強力なねじれ反応だ。ひとまずメガボイジャーから脱出するんだ。メガレンジャー、君たちの命を、まず自分たちの命を第一に考えるんだ。お前たち5人はもういろんなものを犠牲にしてきた。そうだろ？この上生身でひねらシティに乗り込むなんてダメだ。危険すぎる。我々が有効な手段を見つけるまで待つんだ。健太、光一郎、俊、千里、ミク。今のお前たちに私は何も言えん。だがお前たちを守ることはできるはずだ。
Alright, so that should be it for the crazy long amount of phrases for this thing. And that's pretty much going to do it for this all together. But I have to say, there's definitely a ton of stuff loaded into this, and I think it's pretty excellent. So let's go ahead and check out the BattleRaizer. So here we go for the BattleRaizer. It actually has this little plate, as you can see here. Now, there's really nothing to this. It's just a piece of plastic. There's no electronics in it or anything. Got a couple of paint applications. Not too much going on with that. But here is the BattleRaizer, and you go ahead, and this actually comes off. So basically, you have a wrist-mounted version, and then you have this, which you clip it into, which is meant to simulate when they would clip it into the dashboard of the mecha. So if you just turn this off when it's connected to nothing, And then you can press this, and it slides down to reveal the buttons. So not really too exciting in terms of sounds, but there's also a button down here on the bottom. So basically this continuously, well not continuously, but it plays like background music from the show, which is pretty cool. There's a couple different options. So as you can see, you can hit it again to stop it, and sometimes it does take a minute before it'll accept another input. I think that's background at the beginning. So I think I counted like 6 or 7 different songs there for background music. That's pretty fantastic. I have to say, that's really cool. Obviously, you can let them play a lot longer. I'm just worried about copyright strikes, so I'm not playing the entire snippet of the song. But just to give you guys an idea of all the different songs that are included in this, I think that's pretty fantastic. So now if we go ahead and plug this into the base, you can see that there's a little piece of plastic right here, which is going to go into this little pin spot right here, and that's going to get you some kind of different sounds, and I'll show you what I mean. So clip that on. Go ahead and flip that open again. Number 1. It's like a generic wind sound. I assume that's them flying through space or something like that. I'm really not sure. Number 2 does nothing. Number 3 does nothing. So it doesn't matter if you hold them down. For whatever reason, when it's plugged into this, 2 and 3 don't do anything. If you hold down number 1, it'll say that phrase, and then it's more of that kind of flying through space sound, and that's really it. The sounds, the blah 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 blah. Just to show you again, the music, you can play that at any time, whether it's connected to the arm brace, connected to nothing, connected to this. You can always play the music with the button on the bottom. But otherwise, when it's connected to this, you get like 2 sounds out of number 1, and that's it. So again, I haven't seen Megaranger. I don't know if that's correct. But this thing seems kind of a bummer to me. It's not really that exciting. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it off to the side, and then we'll get back to checking out the arm brace. So when you're connecting it to the arm brace, it doesn't touch that button up here at all, but it does have kind of a bar that plugs into this part here. So there you go, you're connected. Now if you hit 1, very similar sound. So you get kind of little different sounds there, but if you hold down 1, nothing really new there, but if you hold down 2, okay, so now you can get a couple more phrases.
完成スーパーギャラクシーメガスーパーギャラクシーナックル
And that should be everything.
デルタメガインストール いけギャラクシーメガを助けるんだ
Yeah, so that's back around. If we hit 3, if we hold down 3, you get kind of a cool taking off sound. But then back to normal. So that's pretty much it for this. But like I said, between the couple cool phrases and sounds that you do get and all of the music that plays from this button down at the bottom, I think that's really, really neat. I think this is a really impressive set. The Digitizer is fantastic. Ton of sounds loaded in there. Really, really impressive amount of sounds. Has the voice-activated commands, which I think are pretty cool. I also like the feature where if you let it sit idle for a while, it'll contact you, like, you know, it's trying to get in touch with you, which I think is neat. There's a ton of the key codes for all the different sound effects and phrases. There's just, again, the ridiculous amount of phrases. The game is cool. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's neat. You know, they kind of put that stuff in there. Looks great, sounds great. Everything about the Digitizer is perfection. The BattleRaizer is fine too. I'm not trying to knock the BattleRaizer. The amount of music that they've packed into it with this button here on the end, that's fantastic to me. I love that. The little bass thing is kind of dinky, and when you connect the BattleRaizer to the bass, it only gives you like 1 or 2 extra sounds. It's really not that impressive, so I could give or take that, but I doubt that the inclusion of this really upped the price of the set, because there's really not much to it. It's really just a way to push down the button on this to get the sounds out of this. But in any case, I do really think it's a great set. If you're a fan of Magiranger, if you're a fan of Megaranger or even Power Rangers in Space, I think it's a really nice roleplay item. It was delayed like a month or 2 because they discovered imperfections in the sounds and they went back and fixed it. And I think it was worth it. I think what they gave us was a really nice set. So while it was frustrating at the time, I'm glad they did what they had to do so they didn't put out a faulty product. I do appreciate that. But yeah, it's definitely a great set. It was premium Bandai, so that's obviously now past, but you could probably find it on places like eBay, Mandarake, Yahoo Japan auctions, things like that. So if you're interested in this one, I highly recommend it. Go out and track it down. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.